Welcome back to Havana Media. My name is Boniface Owino, and as usual, I'm going to be your host for today. Now, before I get deeper into the discussion, I want us to listen to this emotional statement that came from Gachagua towards the President of the Republic of Kenya. Gachagua was telling the President that you served as the Deputy President back then with Uhuru Kenyatta. And there are people who are making too much noise about you, saying that you're not working, and they were even planning for your impeachment. But you served for 5 good years. You served for 5 years. First 5 years was just good between you and Uhuru Kenyatta, and now the second term, now people wanted you. The government wanted you. By then, wanted you to get out of office simply because you were not trusted, and people allowed you to serve for the whole of 5 years. So why can't you just allow me to serve? I've just served for only 1 year? Why can't you just allow me, Mr. President, to finish my 5 years term, so that if you feel like we cannot work again, then you can make your own decision. You can make your decision. But for now, please, Mr. President, I beg of you, just give me these 3 remaining years so that I can serve, I can deliver I can delegate to the people of Kenya. Listen to Gachagua.
Cases were fabricated against me for studying with President William Ruto. My wealth was confiscated for studying with William Ruto. But I'm a very, very, very principled man. I stood with him to the last man. I never expected this to happen. You know, my family is devastated. You know, that this can be happening to their father. A man who went out of his way to start with President William Ruto and make sure he's elected president, and took the flag for it. And I say, even if there is a jinx around this position, at least President William Ruto was allowed to do his work for 5 years without interruption, without harassment, for 5 years. I've only done 1 year. And what is happening to me is worse than what happened to President William Ruto. I asked President William Ruto, please allow me to work. Allow me to work for the remaining 3 years. Let me serve the people of Kenya.
Okay.
Let me serve the people of Kenya and keep your promise. Keep your promise, Mr. President, so that you can win the trust of the people of Kenya as an honest person, as a person who keeps his promise. What is happening is not right. It doesn't augur well, and it has, to a great extent, eroded the trust of the people of Kenya in your leadership. Please, Mr. President, I am here willing to work, to serve you with the dedication, to serve the people of Kenya, to support you the way I've always done, to undertake whatever responsibilities that you assign me. But let the insults in your presence stop. Let people not hold night meetings. Let this money that is being used for these meetings assist us to pay pending bills, Mr. President. People are suffering. Resources are being mobilized to do politics, to divide the people of Mount Kenya region, to fight the deputy president. When Kenyans are suffering, when we are collecting taxes from people and we are saying we don't have enough, how come millions of shillings are being mobilized across the country to fight your deputy president, to undermine his work, to divide the people of Mount Kenya region for political purposes? I think this is the lowest moment of our administration, but I am hopeful that this can be corrected and all of us can go back to work, and the people of Kenya can be given an opportunity to enjoy the fruits of their vote to the president and I.
Now, let us now jump back into our discussion. But before that, please, I just want to remind you, if you're meeting for the first time, please don't forget to click the subscribe button. You can also like, share, and drop me a comment at the comment section and tell me what you think and where you are watching us from. As I normally say, that feedback is normally the key thing in informal communication, and not fail to appreciate those who have been giving us support, because without your support, this channel cannot grow and cannot be where it is as now. And I told you that if you want what is happening, who is doing them, where they're happening, and how they're happening, especially politically, this is the best platform to be, because we tell you where they have happened, who have done them, and how they have happened, and what next after they have happened. And I will always be here to tell you what is happening. Now, jumping into our discussion, Yesterday, we all know that yesterday was Rigathi Gachagua had an interview or had a conversation with Sam Gituku at his home in Karen, and that was at night. And there are some of the questions that he was asked. Maybe I just want us to measure first into this issue of impeachment. Sam Gituku asked the president, the deputy president, that what is it with this issue of impeachment? And Rigathi Gachagua responded by saying that there is no impeachment motion, there is no impeachment of the deputy president that can be taken to there's no impeachment motion that can be taken to the parliament of a deputy president without the president's knowledge. That this motion of impeachment of the deputy president cannot be taken to parliament, cannot be a motion that is going to be taken to parliament without a president's nod. So it means, Rigathi Gachagua is trying to say that it means that William Samoei Ruto knows all these things. William Ruto knows what is happening, but is just assuming that he doesn't know anything. Because up to now, William Ruto has not said anything concerning the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. As a good president or as a good workmate, he could have said this thing that is against the impeachment of Rigathi Gachagua. People could have understood. But right now he's quiet, he doesn't do anything, and he's out of the country. And of course, we know what normally happens if William Ruto goes out of the country. Now, if he's out of the country, you'll all know maybe somebody must die, there must be an accident or something like that. But I don't want us to make that into that. I want us to come back now to this. I want us to listen to Rigathi Gachagua saying that there is no motion, the impeachment of the deputy president motion that can be taken to parliament or to the house, to the floor, to be discussed by the members of parliament without the president's nod. So it means that the president is aware and is the person that is pushing his impeachment. Listen to Rigathi Gachagua.
That there is no motion of impeachment against the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya that can find itself on the floor of the House unless the President of the Republic of Kenya gives a nod. Okay. And again, even if it was to go there, nobody else has the capacity to push it through. It's only the President himself. There is nobody else who can. Getting 233 members of parliament, it's only him who can push it through. But that's another discussion for another day.
Don't you think that's a problem? Because the Constitution of Kenya has separation of powers between the executive, the judiciary, and the legislature. Are you admitting that parliament is controlled by the president?
What I'm saying in Mata Kenya Kwanza, you'd hear serious contentious decisions are agreed in a PG convened by the president. You saw the finance bill, he's the one who was driving it. So that tells you the way our PG works. Anything contentious, anything with serious national implications will have to get the nod of the president.
And I understand the political party democracy, but are you comfortable that a House business must get a nod from the president, including a clause on oversighting the deputy president, in this case, invoking Article 150 of the Constitution?
That is the reality of our Kenyan politics.
Do you see a problem there?
That is the reality, that all major decisions, all legislative agenda for our administration that needs to go to the National Assembly, the president normally does a lot of lobbying, sits with the members of parliament, takes them through, gives the points for or against, and asks them to support. That has been the practice. And it did not start with the President William Ruto. It's as old as history. Because every government has a legislative agenda. So the president will call his PG and whip his members into a certain direction.
Now, we know very well that once the impeachment motion of Rigathi Gachagua is taken to parliament, that it means that there will be some members, there will be some MPs who will be against it, and some MPs must say that Rigathi Gachagua must be impeached. So there will be opposing and proposing. So those will be opposing. Rigathi Gachagua is being asked, what will you do? Suppose now this motion is taken to parliament, that now the MPs are discussing your impeachment. What will you do? And Rigathi Gachagua is answering by saying that he is saying that he was elected by the. It's saying that it will depend with the decisions of the MP. But what he knows is that he was elected by the people of Kenya, and it is only the people of Kenya who can confirm whether he's working or not. And they are the people who can do that motion of his impeachment. But at the end of the day, he's saying that he doesn't have money to bribe those who will be those will be perceiving or persuaded to push for his impeachment. He doesn't have that enough money to give those people, to buy people or to bribe people so that he is not impeached. So it means the guy is trying to disclose us this thing, that these guys who are normally being impeached, or if you are not impeached, if a motion is taken that you're supposed to be impeached and you're not impeached, so it means that you have to pay. So these guys normally pay members of parliament so that they're not impeached. I want us to listen to Gachagua's statement concerning the impeachment motion at the floor of the House by the members of parliament.
You're not bothered, you say. Yet, if, as you say, that there are plans to impeach you, if an impeachment motion makes its way to parliament, you will need members of parliament to make a case for you, because it is them that vote.
That is their decision, Sam. My position is very, very clear. I was elected by the people of Kenya. Okay? It is the people of Kenya who will confirm whether I'm working well or not. But if members of parliament...
How will they decide?
If members of parliament
yeah,
are persuaded, intimidated, coerced to remove me from office, so be it. The matter is there. It's that simple. There are no issues. One, I have no capacity to coerce any member of parliament. I have no capacity to intimidate any member of parliament. I have no money to bribe any member of parliament. If members of parliament want to impeach Deputy President Gachagua, so be it. If they have issues with him that are constitutional, that meets the threshold, and they want to go ahead and send him home for whatever crimes he has committed, there's nothing Gachagua can do about it. That is their purview.
Gachagua is saying that Kenyans are very smart and Kenyans knows what they want. They are very intelligent. And even the meetings that have been held all along about his impeachment, especially the one that was held in Nyahururu, it doesn't have anything to say, because it is only Kenyans who are going to make decisions on whether he should be impeached or not. But if members of parliament decides that he's not working and he should be impeached, he doesn't have money that he can use to bribe them so that he's not impeached. After all, guys, that is all for today. Let me also know what you think at the comment section. And until we meet again, I've been your host, Boniface Owino. Bye-bye.